Hello, I'm John Waldron, and I'm going to show you some tools we've developed in PowerPoint to enable you to make spherical projections on the computer screen. So I'm going to turn to PowerPoint now, and here you can see that we've set up a WolfNet in PowerPoint in single page. It's actually a single object, and by selecting it, we can get hold of this handle at the top and we can turn it around. One thing that's useful to do before we start is to make sure that guides here are turned on in the PowerPoint ribbon. And that means to say that if we accidentally move the net out of position, we can get it back in its place again so that it rotates properly. So the first thing we're going to need is a marker, some kind of little X or dot to put on the projection to show the orientation of our line. And in order to do that, I'm going to go back to the home ribbon here, and I'm going to get a little square here, and I'm going to draw a square up in a blank area up at the top. Now, this tool makes rectangles of all proportions. If I hold down the Shift key, though, I can make sure that I'm drawing a perfect square. We'll make this about maybe about 5 millimeters in side. And then I'm going to turn it 45 degrees. So if I get hold of that handle at the top, I can rotate it around. Again, if I hold the Shift key down, I can constrain that rotation to be 30 or 45 or 60 degrees. So we'll set it at 45 degrees. And now I'm going to go up into the shapes, and I'm going to get hold of a line. And I'm going to draw a line from one side to the other. And the line should snap onto the sides of the square. And we'll go and get another line. There we go. And there it is, snapped onto the square. Now I'll get hold of the original square and I'll get rid of it. So now I have a nice little X that I can use. I'm going to select both of those lines. And then in the Arrange menu here, I can group that so that it's one object. So that's going to be my marker. Now, I'm going to need potentially to put lots of markers on my projection. And I'm going to suggest that you make those up front. I'll show you why. If we drag this around, we can get hold of it and move it. If I hold down the Option key, it'll be different on a PC. I'll leave you to figure out how to do that on a PC. You see we can make multiple copies of this by dragging it while holding the Option key down. One unfortunate side effect of the Option key is that it snaps to an invisible grid, so we can't actually put it exactly where we want it. So my strategy is usually to make lots of these at the beginning so that I'm sure I'm going to have enough for whatever I need to do, and then we can use those for whatever we want to plot. So we're going to plot the orientation of our line in 3D space. We're going to specify the line by plunge and trend, and I'm going to take a trend of 7 degrees clockwise from north, and I'm going to represent that as 007. Notice that I always use 3 digits for my trend. It's very easy in orientation work to mix up the trend and the plunge, the azimuth and the inclination. And if you always use 3 digits for azimuths and 2 digits for inclination, that helps to prevent that from happening. And we'll make our plunge, let's say 42 degrees. Here we go. So now I need to plot that orientation on a stereographic projection using the WolfNet.